We didn't hold back on the usual nerfs that we do. There are buffs as well. It's just the usual balance pass. But one thing to bear in mind is because there are so many core changes to Path of Exile systems here, we have been relatively liberal with other nerfs that we've needed to make. Like, this is the right time because the metagame is going to be different.
Eh?
Normally in a Path of Exile league, players will say, okay, I know all the good builds. The question is whether these new bleeding skills are the best build or not. If they are the best build, I'm playing it. If they're not the best build, I'm playing the one that I already like. And it's pretty understandable. Here, you don't know what the best builds are. We've nerfed the best builds. We've buffed the non-best builds. We've changed how flasks work in a very large way. The game plays differently. Like, you can't walk into this expansion knowing what's going to be amazing. And that's going to be quite an interesting process of discovery. So the number of viable builds, both due to the uncertainty and due to the fact that they're actually more viable builds now, is going to be quite high. So when you see the manifesto, we'll do our best to explain the reasoning behind the nerfs. We don't want to do it arbitrarily. Like, we understand that nerfing the game will turn some players off, and it's generally seen as a negative thing. We would only do this if we felt that it was the right thing for Path of Exile, both in the future and immediately.
Okay.
That's a good lead into asking about like, so recent leagues have been pretty nerf heavy in general with like fewer buffs to underuse skills and builds. And while the goal is pretty clearly, as you stated in the video, to start reining in power creep and up the challenge of PoE, can we also expect some love for some of the older things for people to get excited about?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We've definitely selected old skills that need some work and buffed them. You know, we've got a growing list of those internally, and as the team discover more that are easy for us to numerically change, we do that. And I'm careful not to overpromise here because in the past we threw numbers around of number of skills that were buffed, and then someone looks at a skill kind of sideways and says, that's not really a buff. So I'm not going to name any numbers, but yeah, there's a bunch of skills that we've been working on, and it's going to continue, right? If we see stuff that's below the curve, we will make sure to adjust it. Now, one thing that's important to bear in mind here is like, when we're looking at builds that have been popular recently, we're seeing like Ice Spear, Spark, Burning Arrow turning up just out of nowhere because people find clever ways to use them. And those are not skills that we said, oh yeah, no one's using Burning Arrow, let's add 30% more damage or anything. This is a case of players saying, oh, here's a cool combo, and then it starts to take off. And so there are a lot of sleeper skills there that probably don't need buffs, that are just waiting for the right moment to be found. Now, of course, there are also ones that do need buffs, and we've been careful to buff those ones.
True.
How do you find managing the community reaction to dealing with power creep like this?
It's difficult to communicate this stuff because everyone who's watching this can hear the explanation and it makes sense, but I don't expect all the players to watch this. It's hard to actually have someone like read the patch notes, see a change to their favorite skill that they know and love, and get excited to play that particular release because like it's
so
the safe option in the back of the mind is to play the thing, and we've just told them you're going to make 10% slower progress playing that thing, which is fun in the context of a more balanced game where now you're getting a better ratio of rewards per time and various other bits and pieces. But it is difficult to communicate this, and it's so tempting to just play for player expectations and throw entirely buffs around and never touch anything nerf-wise. You know, we don't have to come into work and nerf stuff. If we wanted to just be popular and have record player numbers, we would just buff, and then the game would die relatively quickly because there's no actual challenge left. We want to be the action RPG that despite having been out for a decade, still maintains some degree of a level playing field, and that requires occasionally we have to rip the band-aid off here. Now, it's been tempting to leave all of this for Path of Exile 2 launch day, right? Like, you rock up to Path of Exile 2, and the game is entirely different. And that jeopardizes the launch day to some extent. We can find out now how these things actually play. We can find out now what the reaction is going to be, and make sure to have it in an appropriate place by PoE 2 launch day. And so this means, like, players, if you play this, and you actually, like, 2 weeks into it, hate what we've done,
I'm thinking that there's going to be an update
you found other
as soon as this
explain what you'd like to see in the future, and we will read it. We do have our own vision for what we're doing here, but at the same time,
as soon as this live stream is over,
you guys to enjoy, and we believe that a greater degree of skill variety being
as far as
used,
I'm concerned,
and also some uncertainty at league launch about what the best builds are actually enjoyable things, because we see people complain constantly, including our own staff, that they already know how the league is going to go because they know what build they're going to play. They kind of understand how it's going to play out.
The Flask build looks really cool too.
History there. We want it so people are actually pushing to find the best builds.
That's a good time to ask, like, do you have a specific vision for difficulty that you'd like the game to reach? I know in the past it was mentioned that ideally the game would have periods of casual gameplay with those spikes in difficulty. Is that still the vision, or has it kind of changed over time?
Yeah, that is the vision. We do want it so you can play relatively safely and then have spikes of difficulty occasionally. And this is what you'll see when playing League content that we've been releasing for the last few leagues.
Okay.
That content is fun when you're playing through the various encounters.
Yeah, it's a dev stream.
The problem is that the campaign and kind of map content between the leagues can get
we're waiting
so
for
much
the
easier.
new expansion thing to release. They're releasing a battle royale right after this stream.
The hit points of regular
I'm doing pretty well. How about you, Seth? How about yourself?
And the old stuff was languishing with incorrect balance, and that's why we've been working to raise it back up again, and also to make sure it's more consistent.
Is that too loud?
And so on. So it's worthwhile playing both types of content.
There's a couple questions I have here that have been picked up from chat.
All right.
Kind of touch on the same area of topic.
Yeah, so we're waiting for this live stream to be over, and then we could play their battle royale that they're releasing.
He doesn't play as much Path of Exile, but has in the past, due to power creep, been able to access more content, been able to do Shaper and Elder, and have enjoyed that experience as a result. You're making the game a lot harder overall in general. How do you feel like it affects those players, and how do you want it to affect those players?
Well, there's a couple of things here. The first one is that if you wait a week, read what the best build guide is, or what your favorite
kind of recovering from something. Oh no!
And do what that person did. You can probably still get similar results.
Scott,
right?
sick or something?
I'm not talking about big nerfs here. This isn't the big difficulty change.
I was working out yesterday, and
this is the first step.
Yeah, I hurt my back.
To see how it's
so I'm
more fun it is, and so on. We're hoping
I'm struggling
that it is actually more fun.
I'm also recovering.
It's still going to be possible for casual players to get to the end content. And then the second thing is, philosophically, should there be content that requires a lot of work that not everyone can get to, right? I'm not saying creating content for the 1%, I mean creating content for the 15%. There are arguments that there should be content that the casual player just can't see without significant time investment. Now, of course, it sucks if that's...
Monster Hunter Stories too? Is that game good?
Now you've taken it away from them. But over time, as we maintain the difficulty in a good place, any new...
I was trying out just normal Monster Hunter.
For example, maybe that will be
the Monster Hunter Rise.
The casual players may not
decent.
get to see that without a bunch of work.
Backing onto that question, there's been like content you've added that has been tuned towards the power creep. So like new content, difficult content, higher end game bosses, league content, stuff like that, that is designed for the level of power we had previously. Is some of that stuff going to be tuned to the
we are making sure it's in a good place balance wise. A lot of it's to do with how late into the league people see it, right? Like, let's say the league's out for 3 months. We're not saying it should take 90 days of grinding to get to some of the content.
That's
right?
not good.
People have to just sit at their computer for the entire 3 months without a job, which is unreasonable. But at the same time,
that's not good.
That people are killing the absolute end bosses within
put in 40 hours. Right? Oh dang! Wow. I've watched like the anime.
Now at the moment we're not.
Or like some of the anime. I watched like a couple episodes.
Changes to the game rather than
and I say I watched the anime
because we want people playing longer. You know, that's a bit of a cheap shot there, but we are looking at ways.
It was good. I dropped off. You know,
and the end of the game and run out of stuff to do.
Chat says yes, it's fine that people reach those bosses in the first few days, but I think that kind of like expands the question out to, is that more about like?
Yeah, there's an anime.
Killing the first few days,
or wait, not Monster Hunter Stories.
Like the larger bulk of players killing.
Wait a minute.
In the first few days.
Yo, Riley, what's going on, Dream? Hello.
Vicariously through the top
We're waiting for new battle royale.
You want your favorite good streamer
of Path of Exile.
Take a bit of time, you know, whether you want to race, if you see what I mean. Like these as events to
Ohio gozaimasu.
To kill top bosses and so on. Is that more fun if it takes a little bit longer? And
we Monster
particularly large, particularly
Hunter.
It's more of a philosophical question here, but we are trying to experiment with this in ways that don't just punitively say to players, "Hey, that thing you used to do, it's now just going to take longer because we feel about it." You know, there are no like experience nerfs, for example, in this expansion. Even though we desperately want the race to 100 to take what it used to do, that's not a change we're making.
Anime
without careful consideration and some upside to it.
That's an anime, right?
Towards like having less of the overt jump.
Wait, what's that anime with Monster Hunter anime?
What happens if it feels like it's going in the wrong direction as you get towards Path of Exile 2? How much room is there to kind of like shift things in a different direction, do you think?
This is why we're doing it now, right? Path of Exile 2 is at least a number of leagues away, and if we can
Monster Hunter, it's called Monster Hunter Stories, I think,
which is what we were doing before to some extent. If we actually proactively start this now, we can get the feedback and data that we need to make sure it's in a good place.
Monster Hunter Stories Ride On? Is that the first game?
System change we've made is an improvement on PoE 1, and the content is great, right? There is no doubt the Path of Exile 2 is going to be successful. The scary thing is where it comes balance-wise.
It's called Monster Hunter Stories Ride On.
Balance that the game has evolved to with power creep. And so this is our strategy of carefully getting things.
How's it going, Riley? What are you up to?
Released. and so the players have a good expectation of where things are going and what they're going to receive.
I want to get onto flasks because that's a huge topic. So not only have flasks, like the flask issue, effectively contributed to play hand strain, but the design intention of the entire system seems to have been lost over time. So it doesn't really seem like a very easy thing to change, though, however, because it has
work really being miserable in the usual. Oh no! Don't worry. D&D will be soon, and then
how much and how do
you'll have your weekly fix.
Moment-to-moment gameplay of part of this,
I think moment-to-moment you're going to be less reliant on your flasks, like they have less overall power contribution to your character, and your wrists will hurt less, I
think. That's very good to hear.
True.
I've got more questions about that later, but does the new flask charge like
I think we all need D&D. I just need to like get isekai'd to a fantasy world, and then I'll be happy. And then die a miserable death. Or like, you know, a dragon just swipes at me. I'm like level 1. I'm like, I was gonna be a hero.
Yes, there'll be a lot more strategy.
And then the girl I'm in love with, you know, sees me die, and she's like, wow,
but in return you don't get
what a chump.
While the flask
couldn't even take on a dragon.
So that means you've got super flasks.
You can join.
Staffed on charges, and you can choose which ones they are.
How does this affect boss fights in the flask charge game from boss fights, or is that left unchanged?
And then the Chad comes along and picks her up.
They'll grant us charges. A lot of boss fights, especially newer ones, don't really have ad waves. Like we give you flask charges during, you know, Cyrus fight phases, and that hasn't been changed. That's about the same. If you want to have more uptime,
everyone can join
during boss fights. You can use enkindling.
Figure out to sharpen the katana. True.
Like, you know, maybe it's a bit harder, but harder with bosses is kind of the right direction.
Is that how we're doing it? You get to bring one item?
I noticed that some of the utility flasks in specific have been nerfed heavily, like basalt flasks being changed to give more armor instead of mitigation.
Every isekai in a nutshell.
True. A bit counter to my expectations with this systems change, as I thought flasks would be kept fairly powerful in effect, but
I bring my cell phone. It helps me cheat.
Well, there's two things.
You ever watch that dumb isekai?
And we also wanted less overall flask.
It's
the intention here is not just.
It's like dude has a cell phone and it's like, oh, I can take pictures of things and it shows me what they do or whatever. And it's like
choose between the uptime and power choice.
I'll just bring a monster portal.
Can be used quite frequently. Just use them how they are. Like you get them still.
Monster portal.
And if you want ones that are impactful like before, but you use
that's unlimited XP right there, right?
Orbs can help, and of course, instilling orbs let you trigger on
conditions. The portal of goblins, and you just farm goblins all day, or little insects, and get the XPs.
Will we get like a list of the sorts of things that you can trigger on?
Yeah, we'll put that together. So it's pretty cool. There's some interesting stuff there. So there's like trigger on adjacent flask use and various interesting stuff like that.
I kind of like the trigger on flask effect.
Like we're not holding back.
Like so, like if you get ignited, you get to put a trigger on your flasks.
This is something I thought of while that was being discussed in the video today only. But why make that like an item that you craft randomly onto the flask? I know that's kind of Path of Exile style, but instead of having the auto flasking thing be something you can set up via like a menu or something like that?
We don't see this as QOL. We see this as a trade-off you're making economically and for strategic reasons. And it's not too hard to find these, right? Like it's, you know, I mean, you wouldn't set it up on every flask throughout your gameplay. Like it's an end game thing.
I'm gonna set it up on every flask.
You know, a bit of work to get your flasks set up how they are, but it's like
I'm gonna be that guy.
Flasks, right? Like no one is complaining that it's too hard to quality their flasks up. It's the same kind of thing. It's about that much effort.
Okay. Do these new currencies can they be used on unique flasks as well?
Yeah.
All right. So flasks. How do you guys think of the new Battle Royale will work? Like, you just get to pick a skill you start with, or
would like
you just have to find one?
Selling orbs to work on life flasks. There are just some interesting technical challenges and balance challenges there. So we haven't been going nuts with nerfs to how the non-utility flasks are working here, as far as I'm aware, at least. And like, there's questions like, if I drank a life flask, then I drank a different life flask, then a third one. The way that it internally deals with those life gain buffs is complicated. So when the buff ends, it's hard to say which buff is ending when in various ways, and so triggering when the buff ends, which is one of our conditions, doesn't work particularly cleanly. So we've got some work to do there from a technical point of view. And then if we're allowing
I haven't played PoE, so don't know any of this is going to work.
Oh, do a balance pass on those as well, but that's
I get you.
Okay. How will Pathfinder work with all of these changes?
It should be fine. It should be fine. There's a the Pathfinder is still very much focused on essentially the more strategic flask usage, we've not wanted to take away from that particular build.
Will Pathfinder still be fairly piano flask oriented?
Okay. Oh, we could click on the Royale
to trigger where it makes sense. So,
sorry, guys.
If your strategy was wait until I'm got corrupted blood on me and then use staunching, you can of course rely on the flask triggering automatically if you choose to. And at least if there is a piano element to it for ideal play, that's something players are specifically choosing to do by specifically saying out of the 19 ascendancies, I want the one which wants me to push the keys quickly. Whereas currently, one could argue that all the builds benefit from
add a new window
the keys quickly.
Okay, so there's a big I put a note here to warn that there was a big ramble lead into this next question. So just be ready for that. But another change that was mentioned was that ailment and curse removal will now have to be done reactively rather than proactively. And if, say, like a dousing flask is used prior to being ignited, it'll have no effect. So there's a bit to unpack with this change, I think. Reactive flasking could be a really good thing for gameplay. I feel like in some cases, for example, you're fighting a boss that ignites you, so you've got your finger hovering over the flask to get ready to douse that ignite, and that is like engaging gameplay effectively. However, there's some cases in Path of Exile where this sort of change is potentially concerning. Like, for example, you cannot anticipate being frozen sometimes when enemies have blanket added cold, or there's a mess of enemies a la ultimatum that you cannot identify sources of potential freeze from. So most players going to need to build freeze immunity to avoid awkward and unexpected freezing while mapping, for example?
Well, there are a lot of options here. Your first one is you can get an instilling orb to trigger on freeze. If you really don't want random freezes, then you set up your orb so that as soon as you're frozen, it unfreezes you, right? The second option is good reaction times, right? You forego having to do that, and instead, when you're frozen, you press the button if that's how you want to play. Then you've got alternate ways of doing freeze mitigation. There's also the aquamarine flask now has an implicit property of reducing
like right at the top
or freeze effects on you by 40%, so that will still allow you to perform actions and so on.
And then
so there are several different ways you can deal with this, but at the end of the day, if it's a chance that monsters can freeze you based on their properties, then you have to have some way of dealing with it.
Wait, so the aquamarine was reduced freeze effect. That means you can still do stuff while frozen. It just slows you down instead.
Yes, you can.
Let's see.
Oh wow, okay, that's unexpected. So now that flask can only be used to remove curse,
transform,
curse immunity, is there any plan for curse maps? Because curse maps, I feel like, were pretty painful, and we mostly just were able to ignore the problem due to curse immune flasks.
So there are now some new passive skills which affect curses that you could consider, but basically we're wanting it so that if you're playing a curse map, rather than going curses, get rid of it, you instead think about what the curse is actually doing and find some way of mitigating that particular effect.
Oh god, how do we...
This sounds like work, but it's not really that bad.
Okay. There's some balancing changes prepared for or planned for ailment immunity and stuff like that, and sources of those things.
Yeah, we have done some work on ailment immunity. When we actually had a look at ailment immunity there, and this is covered in the nerfs in the manifesto, there were quite a lot of very, very, very powerful ways that just trivialize the concept of having ailment immunity. So we've done some work there. Now it's a more diverse set of things players have to focus on, which is just one of the nerfs we're going to have to discuss and learn to love together.
Seems like something to expand upon in the manifesto.
Yeah, we just didn't want to turn this into a 3-hour round.
Yeah, honestly, I could talk about fast for hours, so I'm going to move on.
No worries. And we have Royale in 4 minutes.
I know, exactly. I'm trying to wrap us up sometime.
We can keep chatting while they're playing Royale, though. I'll be just over here playing a bit.
We might overlap. I want to go play too, but we might overlap a little bit. So quality of life and tech issues. Yes. Can we expect a smoother launch and queuing experience this time around?
Oh, I really hope we can do. We had problems both of the last 2 launches with stuff, and we put a lot of effort into fixing this. So specifically, the problem with queuing has been completely sorted. The queue will be fast like it has been in the past. The issue that happened before cannot occur again. It is literally removed from the source code. That is not going to occur. The database problems that we had at our last launch, which are interestingly to do with page sizes in our character database for.
No way, it's not working. How
page sizes right in your database? How do you? Anyway, that is now good.
All right, it's okay, whatever. Anyways,
so we're expecting a very smooth launch from a technical point of view, and of course we've learned not to give paid streamers priority to get into the game more quickly. That was a mistake. And
paid streamers.
League box.
Everything you need to know. So this is the Path of Exile Royale.
Stash will automatically transfer over to the League boxes, and does that apply retroactively?
It was originally launched as an April Fool's event back in 2018. Oh wow, that was like 3 years ago. Wow, I had no idea.
Affinities just like normal, and then when you're in your regular stash and you control click a heist item,
joining the game, a round of Path of Exile Royale requires a fresh level 1 character and takes around 15 minutes at most. You can find Royale on the character selection screen in the events list under your character.
Item stacking,
okay.
Radius, things like that.
Okay, so when we see on Reddit, someone will post, look at the amount of currency here, and they show a screenshot with an absolutely unreasonable amount of currency to pick up. And we're like, what possibly can spawn that amount of clicking? This is ridiculous. Like, we look into it and we find, for example, so the Atlas passive, which enables King Harbingers, right? So that creates up to 4 or so King Harbingers in a map. And these dudes, for some inexplicable reason, were spawning over 60 rare monsters for the fight, right? Which is completely unreasonable each.
Okay.
So there's hundreds of rare monsters. And then there's like a sextant mod that says you get 3 currency item drops per rare monster. So you're getting literally multiple hundred currency item drops. It is completely reasonable to say, why do I have to pick all the stuff up? And also completely reasonable for us to fix that issue. So that particular one, the King Harbinger one, is one of the nerfs that we're doing here. But to get to your actual point though, our philosophy here is where possible we will stack things so that it's a couple of clicks if there are a lot of items. We don't want to have it so you have to click 15 times. 2 is enough for that. And the reason why it is 2 rather than 1 is because it is the concept of opening a trove of stuff and getting multiple piles of it out. Like, it's representing hundreds and hundreds of base items on the ground. We're coalescing breach splinters together. That was an example of something where we realized there are actually too many droppings. So we're going through and fixing this. And as we introduce new content, we make sure to stack that. You'll notice in the footage that we released today of Expedition, you're not really seeing more than 2 of any particular type of currency together. We've also had some interesting changes to Act Boss drops. We made them a lot better in 3.14, but we've gone through here and made them a lot better again in this patch. We've coalesced items in an interesting way where obviously with like rares and uniques and stuff you can't stack them, but we've basically said, look, we're going to add a whole bunch to the rarity so it skews more towards getting rare and unique drops, and we're going to take away basically
we've got character so named Witch Royale.
50-60% fewer items from Act Boss drops, but they're just
better
than they were before. And so this means that when you go and kill Vtuber in the campaign and stuff, you'll get a much more...
It's after Q. Oh, okay, wait. Just king, guys.
Any potential on like
it should show up right here.
Or something. There's a lot of awkward situations where your character has to move that moves the labels around and things like that that make the whole experience a lot less comfortable. Even if there's not a lot of items, it can still be quite straining.
Nothing to talk about in 3.15, but this is something we are very aware of.
Good stuff. I will.
All right.
Every Q&A.
No worries.
And just track progress. Just interested. So now that we've done this new style of League announcement live streams a few times, how have you found them compared to the old media tour method?
All right.
We think it's a lot better for a few reasons. It's really good to be able to talk directly to the community, and while we loved the fact that there were so many journalists interested in explaining,
so the game at most will take 15 minutes, not like the setup, right?
Journalists have some degree of early access, so they're posting their articles.
Once you made a character, you select them again to join more games, though they'll be reset at level 1 and lose all their items each time. Yeah.
Isn't just a supplementary thing; it's the primary way.
Oh, okay. So the new passive tree.
Together these live streams. I started out working on it mostly myself, but quickly enlisted Bex and other people to sort it out. So Bex has been primarily pushing for the live stream content and getting all the marketing stuff.
You'll find yourselves
if people on Reddit are wondering
on the shores of Royale Island while you wait for the game to fill. Rounds start when they have some initial threshold of players, which will start from 50 to 100, but may tweak if needed. If you have a few seconds to wait, why not pass the time by taking a look at the brand new Royale exclusive passives?
She stops in for some memes from time to time.
So brand new passives.
But you know, it's more a matter of her training her army of juniors to make sure that their meme game is top notch. I was going to use the 100 emoji, but I realized I'm talking, so.
Nice. 100. Very good.
The first thing you might notice is that there are no class start positions anymore. That's because the Royal, your class doesn't affect your starting position. Yeah, it makes sense. All classes have allocate from any 9 Turn points. The 6 outer branches are themed around different kinds of skills and damage types. Okay.
Right now, or there could be amazing technical problems that
when you level up, you'll receive 2 passive points instead of 1. Clicking on skill immediately allocates it rather than needing to confirm. So choose carefully.
Are there
Okay.
party queues available for the Royale game mode?
No, there aren't. We have an experiment with some party stuff that might be happening in the future, but this is something we'd like to do. We're not philosophically against it. Just for the time being, it's solo.
Okay.
Starting the round, everyone starts on a beach of Mysterious Island.
We think it's
you start with only a few flasks, basic weapons. Your first goal should be to find some skill gems and more gear. Alright, so you have... Start with a weapons and a flask or something. But no skill gems.
Detonation time is speed up in higher level maps and instances.
There are plenty of monsters on the beach to kill and start gaining experience. Alright, so kill, but other players are also ripe for the picking. Killing players gives bonus XP. As long as you make sure your target don't kill you first. Once you feel strong enough, you can push inland to find stronger monsters, higher level gems, and gear.
Like an abyss takes a little bit of time to progress, so
okay.
It's mostly the first one where we have a cool visual feel for the theme right now, and we realize that is wasting 3 seconds of combat. So
as soon as the game begins, a timer begins counting down. When the timer hits 0, a storm will sweep in the sea and cover part of the island. Anyone standing in the storm will start taking damage over time, which becomes more and more deadly until they either reach safety or succumb to death.
The Taskmaster. Is that an RNG thing like we've had sometimes in the past?
Okay.
Do you find the bosses in those logbooks?
There are currently around 50 skill gems and 15 support gems available in Royale. Okay.
Maybe rewards, maybe bosses, and I don't know what the odds are, but I mean, my understanding is it's not meant to be incredibly rare. Do you guys want to weigh in at all vaguely on that?
Yeah, you'll know if it's a boss chamber. You'll see it on the minimap when you get in there.
Is this saying?
You know that it's boss time. But also there's going to be an implicit on the maps that says there will be a boss, so you could trade for another player for the map boss.
So the map has got an implicit mod on it that lets you see whether there's a boss there, and then once you're in the map, it's clearly marked on the mini-map. So it's less of a...
So it looks like there's explosive arrow, ball lightning,
which is probably what you want.
earthquake.
There is also
okay.
You got like normal skills.
Right, so it can be a surprise.
The equipment you could fire mostly look the same as they would in Act 1, but a few differences. Most importantly, your life flash will be interrupted if another player hits you. You can't rely on them to save you in PvP. Oh.
Character creation tools like the PoE builder. This also, I guess,
some items and also have been tweaked to balance values.
This passive skill tree. Whatever happened to that?
There's this concept on the Tencent Chinese realm about these like recommended builds that they have each season. So when you log into Path of Exile, it gives you these 3 beginner builds, and you can choose them, and they're kind of themed with various ascendancies, and it recommends a variety of passives. And this is very much kind of a choice that the Chinese publishing team have made that they feel is appropriate for their player base. The way we've kind of evolved our community with its build guides and so on works a little different.
Oh, when a player dies, you can loot their stuff by interacting with their corpse, and you can see all the items that they were holding. Take what you like, watch out for corpses you wander as you wander the island. So don't be surprised if someone else has looted them first.
Build loaded, it highlights the passives and basically says this way, and they're marked in a certain way.
I wonder how big these islands are.
Where you can create your own like layouts there. You can basically flag passives by right-clicking them or whatever, and then save these files and potentially share them. And we have that implemented. It's just a bit janky, and it needs some work, and we're not entirely, like, we want to make a big thing out of it if we're doing it so you can actually share.
Your character has also been beefed up compared to the wimpy exiles who wash on the Twilight Strand. Compared to the normal game, you start with more life, less mana, but more mana regeneration, higher stun and ailment thresholds, more balance, balanced base attributes, and faster experience gain.
There's a lot of other things we can be doing.
Winning and losing. If you die, that is it. Your round is over. Your death will appear on the kill feed.
Going to be a Path of Building level of build prediction. While tools like Path of Building are of course incredibly useful, we do want in the game client people to
the storm creates an ever-shrinking safe zone that means that the player will eventually be forced to battle out for glory.
Oh, Chad's cracking me up. So basically,
What's next?
Go home on that one.
Yeah, and it's just a priorities issue. Like we
so
can,
it's available from now until
right click a bunch of skills to lay out your build so that you don't forget what it is, and then share that
Sunday.
with players.
Okay.
Let us know. We'll get to it eventually.
All right. We kind of touched on this a little bit earlier, but this comment from chat's just so hilarious, so I'm gonna read it anyway. Will they make Feared and Awakener 9 weaker since they are giga nerfing us to oblivion?
That's a good one. Yeah, we'll see. It's not gonna. The nerfs aren't gonna have that much impact on the time it takes for people to get to that content, right? Like, try it out. It's not that bad. You'll find ways around it. It's one of those things in the past where we've nerfed something massively, and it's affected the players by like 2% overall because they're just smart and work out new ways.
So basically, no. To that person.
Yeah.
Can you apply MTXs to your Royale characters, and do they stay on between games?
When we enable MTXs, we will find a way that you can have your loadouts so they stay on. Currently, MTXs are not enabled in Royale.
Battle
There are two
Royale.
reasons for that. The first one is from a performance point of view. There's a lot of MTXs and there's a lot of players.
All right, I'm gonna go grab a quick snack before we start whatever we're waiting for here.
And so
we will be
something
back.
We have to sort out. We're looking at ways. I mean, the intention is, of course, this is an unmonetized game mode. MTXs are going to be a part of it, but for the time being, they're off, so it's nice and clean. The other thing is, from a fairness point of view, MTXs do let you hide what your character is wearing, and maybe this is fine. Maybe you learn that if you're covered, the guy's covered in fire and stuff, you can't really tell what he's doing. But we do need to stop and consider this, right? This is a competitive mode. We have to make sure we understand the implications of enabling people to reskin their characters in various ways. For example, skill effects aren't that misleading. If someone uses an alternate version of Freezing Pulse, it's still Freezing Pulse and is recognizable. But by the same token, if you cover yourself in some complicated armor that prevents you knowing if the person's picked up a helmet yet, there might be some advantage there. And so we just want to have to stop and think about that when we can.
That's a really good point I didn't think about, actually, like potentially including the...
We have a vanishing die MTX that lets you hide things. So you could literally pretend to be naked while wearing pretty good items, or uniques, for example. There is certainly some degree of advantage that comes from certain MTXs. Now, maybe this is irrelevant in the grand scheme. I mean, seems probably true for Fortnite. I don't know. I haven't played it, but we just want to make sure we do the right thing there.
All right. Yeah. It's good that you're thinking about that because I didn't even think about that. Will there be Royale on consoles?
No, not at the moment. And part of this is just to do with player populations. And I'm not trying to criticize the player populations on console. I'm just noting that only a portion of Path of Exile players are choosing to engage in Royale at any one time, based on our existing data from the first weekend we ran the 2018 version. And out of those players, they're spread across many geographical reasons. If you're in Europe, you're not going to want to play against someone in Australia. And then there's time zones, and then there's the fact that most people wanting to play Royale in a Royale game currently, the matchmaking will just take far, far, far too long to actually get games to trigger. Plus, there's some work actually getting it to work on console. So for the time being, we're running it on PC, we'll see how it does, and if there's the player population to support some form of Royale on consoles, we will absolutely bring it there. We have no problem with bringing it there philosophically. We're not being blocked by the publishers bringing it there. It's entirely a matter of, it'll be super frustrating if you try to join a game and there happen to be 8 other people in a stream interested at the moment.
Wait. You have your own stream open? Do I have my own stream open?
It's coming along, yeah. We decided not to show any.
What are you talking about?
It's partly because we want to ramp up the marketing towards its release as opposed to dump all the information on you now and then find out how to change it. We do have some cool stuff to show. There's the game's got its own storyline and various other interesting things that are coming along, but we're not really ready to actually show it off just yet. If people doubt that it exists, they should chat to the guys at ExileCon who spent several hours.
It was on one of the tabs. Oh, yeah, I probably did somewheres. It's probably the stream manager.
Not this league. I mean,
they get to see.
Pile of nerfs, just for expectations, but I say that without actually knowing. That's a joke. The guys are smiling. But we do have our annual in-game expansion coming in the foreseeable future that will probably contain more Atlas stuff, as people know to expect.
Can you please ask if it is possible for any character to find the winding pier? Going straight to the source for that one.
Can't comment on that.
Uh-oh.
I don't know what they're talking about.
It's gonna be a big problem.
That would be a big problem. It even goes.
Oh yeah. I see what you're talking about.
By the way, while we're talking, to throw in there, while we still have viewers. So the first one was we changed how Spectral Helix works after we filmed all that footage. So I lied to you. So what you saw there
Oh, yeah.
Chat. We show Spectral Helix, and
it's on this one.
That looks cool, and then it shows it with multi-proj where it looks really janky, and people say that looks bad. It's amazing looking at the shift between the two. We changed how multi-proj affects it. Previously, it just caused you to throw multiple projectiles at the same time.
I kind of want to see what those the passive skill tree is.
We've changed it now so that A, it does more damage, right? And B, the multiple projectiles cause more terrain bounces, which actually happens quite a lot because there's occlusions everywhere. And so the skill works a little bit differently and does more damage than the version we were previously working with. And this is just due to the nature of us working on stuff for 13 weeks and having to prepare the marketing materials a few weeks out. You know, they can change if it needs to. So Spectral Helix is now, in my opinion, a lot better. I actually kind of hated the way that multi-proj worked with it and cringed a bit when putting together that footage, but I'm happy now. And
he was cringing.
The other thing is, we talked about nerfing all the support gems, the damaging ones, right? And we did. That wasn't a lie. But what we forgot to mention was that we've also buffed melee skills quite a lot to compensate for the fact that they were really gutted by the support gem nerfs. So there have been quite a lot of melee skill buffs to counteract a lot of the nerfing there. Now, it's worth noting, we're not trying to buff melee skills in general above where they were before. There may be specific buffs to specific skills, but the support
but you don't play PoE at all, right?
Some melee buffs. On the other hand, the spells in general are not buffed above where they were before or anything like that. You know, there may be specific spell buffs, of course.
That seems fair.
No?
So, a lot of us who have watched all of these Q&As and read your manifestos in the past, we know the answer to the question of trade. Because it's already been discussed to death in the past. But a lot of people who haven't seen those, before we get frustrated with them for asking the question, are asking about trade. So, could we just very quickly get a brief summary on trade changes, things like that?
We don't have any trade changes coming in this particular update here. There are two things to note with trade. The first one is, if there are things we can do that improve the trading experience that are small and prevent frustration, we'll probably work on those over time, right? We're not opposed to the idea of making trade less frustrating. We're very careful, though, that currently trade is both critically important to Path of Exile's success. Like, we're not one of those games that doesn't allow player trade. It's so good that you can find an item and it has value. You can actually trade it with other people and feel like it's a thing that you have and you own. But on the other hand, trade is directly causing players to play the game for less time and have less fun. The retention is so much better in solo self-found. You get on average 10 times as many item upgrades per character slot when you actually have to go and find the items yourself. And so we know that if we made trade very easy, which we could in a few days make it so you literally type in the item you want, click it, you've got the item, and then there's no real need to play the game beyond a couple of upgrades to your character. And
although I'm looking for an MMO to get into, I heard of this game that people were getting really excited about.
Someone sticks some money in, and before you even found and banned the responsible people,
it's called Final Fantasy.
And had their fun for the league.
I was also looking into that one.
Philosophically, we want
the new Phantasy Star Online is not bad, but also solo is pretty boring. I think a lot of MMOs for me are pretty boring. If you're trying to play solo.
Now,
I think you could play the new that Star Wars MMO, and that's pretty fun solo. Because it most of the missions will team you up with some people.
Before we
I believe
any changes to the trade system. It's also worth noting that for those who look at the console,
so you it almost helps you make new friends. I played that years ago when it first came out.
Path of Exile trade site and saying we really want that.
I don't know how popular it still is, but yeah, I was pretty into it.
To make an instant trade kind of
got to level 30 or something, level 40.
It seems like our trade system is more powerful overall in terms of actually finding items. Just theirs is
FF14
built into the actual game.
One day, Dream
has the ability to make offers and have.
I'll message you without having to meet when I get it, and then we can play Final Fantasy.
It's basically the difference between easy item finding versus easy item trading. If you see. So with our system, it's a real pain to it's easy to find exactly the thing you want, but then it's a real pain to negotiate with the person and learn to speak Russian and deal with all of the issues of getting the item.
Learn to speak Russian? That'd be dope if I learned to speak Russian while playing PoE.
Path of Exile is an educational experience.
Excellent. Is there any have plans? So quite a long time ago, you mentioned that cross-instance trading was a plan, but it seemed like that stopped being a plan. Is that still the case?
Yes, that stopped being a plan at the moment. We realized that making trade easier in that way was probably the wrong direction. And our vision, of course, in the future involves
I'll make a new character too. Also, know a few XP buffs, so don't go joining random world right away. Oh yeah, true.
The death of the game, and I know that sounds dramatic, but it's we've watched this kind of thing happen in other places, and we're very, very careful.
I'll have to keep an eye out on the Steam sales or on sales in general.
Like the goal here is you started playing this in your 20s, and you will still be playing this in your 70s, and we will find a way of supporting that. And that involves not accidentally giving in to things that we really, really feel the game shouldn't have.
I hope our quality of life keeps ramping then, so that when I'm 70, I'm still feeling fresh and spry in the fingers and hands department.
The
Final Fantasy 14.
Keep your wrists for a good
that's cool and all, but I'd rather play solo games I own already before I start an MMO. So, oh yeah, that's fair.
To know, that's a long question. Summarizing, how's hardcore gonna feel in this difficulty changes, basically?
And they're gonna have more fun than before.
I know, that's kind of like the answer, isn't it? It's like
if hardcore is just
more hardcore.
If hardcore is just standard with occasional annoying deaths, that's not fun. If hardcore is an achievement where like I got to hardcore in 3.15, I got to maps in 3.15 hardcore, which was actually a mission, that's more fun, right? Like it's getting to maps being an accomplishment is better bragging rights for people who are choosing that mode for bragging rights and adrenaline. You know, we could argue that there's a vision for an even harder hardcore mode at some stage in the future. That kind of thing, you know, with ultimate bragging rights. Like imagine Blamped as like a regular league.
What's your favorite race in Final Fantasy, Dream?
Is there any performance
and also class
or changes people can expect to read about more in patch notes and stuff like that?
We deployed a lot of this stuff in a engine patch a week or two ago, which has gone pretty well. There's other bits and pieces.
I still have about 10 to 15 games to play. Oh god.
Very hard to not have surprises on launch day.
Yeah, that's really how it is.
Various issues with like invisible monsters and stuff at last launch are pretty resolved now. We have that particular thing was a bug in the engine combined with an incomplete shader gather, which we've worked out how and why both occurred and fixed them. So I expect your bosses will actually do attacks you can see in this particular.
Oh, I could get the PS4 version for like $60. But who wants to play on the PS4?
You're welcome. It's been fun.
I'm gonna go get ready to play some.
Give me a second. Look up the specific race as for class mage.
It's honestly, it's all pretty exciting.
Hell yeah, mages.
A lot here, and I'm pretty interested in seeing how big changes pan out. The fact that you're willing to make big changes is scary, and I mean you can always walk it back a bit if you go too far, I suppose.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes, but I'm pretty confident, and yeah, we put a bunch of work into making sure it's the right stuff. But everyone have a great time with Expedition League. It's a lot of fun. Good luck with all of those skills. There's a lot of new league starters to try out.
Oh boy.
Thanks so much. See you guys later.
See you later.
Is that it? Thanks for watching. Alright, that's it, boys. So, I'm guessing that there's going to be a new update that we're going to have to download on Steam. That's my guess. If there's not, you know, I have no idea how this Battle Royale is going to work. I don't know. I'm just gonna guess that it just works. You know, as Todd Howard always says, it just works. Mikito Keepers of the Moon. Huh? Mikitos. Oh, yeah, you mean cat girl race, right? Cat girl race. I know that word. They're pretty cute. Alright. Oh, hell yeah, buddy. Oh, okay. Wait. Delete. Join. All right, we got our new character, Witch Royale. Okay, boys. All right. Also. Oh, wait. Oh God, what's going on? We just start. Oh. Oh, there's a Molten Strike skill. Can't even equip it. Okay, we have Augmentation Orb. Still can't do anything with that. The Lalafels are adorable. Still level 1. Whoa. Fuck yeah, Iron Ring, boys. Wait, can we do anything with this? No. Plate vest, we should probably equip these. Oh wait, we got like 9 seconds. Wow. Oh God. I'm running. I have no skills. I don't have any skills. Wait, I could equip that. All right, I have something. Okay. Oh God, I'm getting beat up. Oh, wait. We safe? Alright, we're safe. Oh, there's a chance to bleed in. Give me that. Oh, get out of my face. Oh, I'm dying. Boys. Oh, I can't get out. There's too many. I'm in trouble. Boys. All right, I need my passives. What's this do? First intent, damage. I'm guessing top is spells, something to do with spells. Go over here, get energy shield. Let's get that, and oh God. Oh, I'm dead. Ah! Get away from me! Alright, alright. Got this. Oh, no, we don't got this. We don't got this. And that chance to bleed. Okay. Mutation. Ow. Fuck! Someone took my name!
Innocence is our father. Arya was our mother. When a daughter strays from the light.
Alright. Passive skills. Area of effect, cast speed, cooldown on movement, 50 mana. 20% damage is taken as life, as mana. And energy shield, increased energy shield, reduced maximum life. Chaos damage does not bypass. Okay. Spells you cast have added spell damage equal to 25% the damage of your main weapon. Okay. All right, boys. Chaos Orb. Shield. Scepter. Give me that XPs. Rusted sword. Okay. Oh! I think we'll go after zombies, because they are slow. Okay. Oh god. Hello, person on YouTube. What's going on? I see that you have a name. You're not very nice. I still don't have a skill gem. Unfortunate, really. Okay. Use a melee weapon.
And I thought I'd be a dead woman by now.
Oh! I still don't have a dumb skill. I'm getting beat up. Okay. Can't equip it yet. You guys hurt. Good bow.
Learn is to live.
Okay. Do. Okay, we'll do that. Oh, we got cleave. Okay. Mana flask. Small flask. Okay, 125 accuracy. About the same thing. Fortunately, no armor. Melee splash support.
Too much clutter.
Okay, put the greaves on. We use cleave with this item? No, we cannot. Can't use that either. Not level 5. Cleave. Okay, we got cleave. Oh. Full gloves. Scaled vest. Reforges a rare. There's level 4. We're only like level 3 here. Buckler. Okay, we get. Nope. Charge. Wrapped mitts, chest plate.
Too much clutter.
Okay, we're gonna drop some things here. Oh, what's that? Yeah, it's kinda... No way. Fuck. I was not ready. Oh, okay, I get it. I understand. Okay. Let's see. Life on kill, strike, shield bearer. Use damage per block on attack.
4, 3, 2, 1. Fight.
Okay, what is this? Lightning resistance, cold. Reduce ignite on you. Use effective shock. Use extra damage from criticals. Cast speed while dual wielding. Staff. I think we want Thought Barrier or something, maybe. I don't know. We'll have to see. Spear. Is Ice Spear a spell? It is a spell. So you're gonna be a PoE Battle Royale streamer now? I guess so. I guess so, man. I'll be your boy out here, you know, love and light. Oh.
I need more mana. I thought I'd be a dead woman by now.
Oh, XPs! Okay.
To live.
Okay.
This ray class will serve.
Oh. Good bow. Fish scale gauntlets. Oh! No way, no way, no way. Oh god. Get me out of here. Woo! Alright, we made it, boys. We're at top 30s right now. Oh, give me Incinerate. I want that. Sort of want that. Alright, we're in the next area, so we don't... Huh? What is this? Oh, that was close. Honestly, this is pretty smooth. You know, I'm not gonna lie. It's a bit annoying trying to find what you're looking for, I suppose, but it's fun. Yeah, top 20, not bad. I think getting distracted with killing certain enemies kind of sucks. Okay, take that one. You want to fight? No? Fight? Ow, you fucking hurt. Alright, buddy, I'm gonna grab that plate vest. Fuck me. All right.
And I thought I'd be a dead woman by now.
Okay, there's about 9 seconds until we have to get to the next area. So... What should we do? Do. Wow. Yeah, there's nothing I could do. Like when, like, you can't really do anything when you don't have like a skill gem. You got like no way to attack really. Okay, I hate how you have to switch out some of these things. Okay. What? Can't hit them. They're invisible.
I need more mana.
The game's broken, guys. The game's already broken. Alright. Yeah, I think it's bugged. I think we're gonna just reset. Hopefully it's not bugged forever. Yeah, like, I wasn't able to hit any creatures and no creatures could hit us. So I think it could have been like a problem with like having infinite accuracy or something. And or also just immunity. Actually no, I think it was immunity because what do you call it? I made explosives explode and they didn't hurt the enemy, any of the monsters, so yeah. Alright, let's switch this out. We're gonna switch this. We're gonna switch this. What I should do every time I... bug off. I'm gonna get my XPs here.
Life is short.
Okay.
Deal with it.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, brother. You know what? We could have like different equipped, okay? All orbs.
I thought I'd be a dead woman by now.
I think like until I even get a skill gem, then I'll level up. Yeah, I don't know. Oh wow. Get out of here. Oh, I can't even equip it. Are you serious? Oh man, this is... Can't level up fast enough. Okay, so that's the problem. Alright, so I have to look for those skills. Or not skill, what I don't know what I'm talking about. I have to look for those barrels. So there's like barrels and chests that always have like a skill gem. And it seems like that's how people are getting them. Welcome, survivors, to the Exile Island. Slowly but surely, we are learning a bit more about this Exile Island. Okay. I'll be playing Gunfire Reborn, so I'm a bit more inactive. Hey, not a problem, man. Okay. Not a problem. Rolling Magnum. Yeah. It requires level 2. This requires that. Spectral Throat. Oh, I really like that. And Rolling Mag. Okay.
I need more mana.
Hey, you wanna stop trying to hit me? Round. Oh, I forgot we can level up our skills. Whoa. Need a safe spot. Increase cast speed, movement. Okay. Ah. Unfortunate. I don't know. I don't know if I like the... I don't know if I like this area. Okay. Someone just took it. Oh, that's really cool. There's so many. I really need a skill. I'm dead. Yeah. No skills for me. Okay. Jeez. Strike. Ow. My fault. Yeah, these are all like level 2, level 3 enemies. Not fun. Wrong way. Rolling blades. Got it too late. Alright. So I gotta stick to the shorelines until my character levels up more. And I have a skill before I go inwards. Nice. Go boots. Cobra Lash.
I need more mana. And I thought I'd be a dead woman by now.
Not too sure if I like this skill. Oh, I should level up my skills too. Let's see, it is a melee projectile skill, so let's go projectile for now. And then we could go attack speed, gain that. I don't know what those do. Boy. Projectiles deal more damage as they travel further. Oh, very nice. Level 5, what is this? In boots of whelping. Oh, sorry, buddy.
I need more mana.
I need more mana. Ooh, faster casting. Wait, how did the person get to faster casting? Come on. No mana. God, getting destroyed here.
think this ray class will serve?
What are those? I still don't know what these are. Not very nice. Dude, there's no enemies. Alright, well... I can't even use that. I mean, we're the, like, top 11 people, it's like... Oh, wow. Oh! Fuck. That's such a good skill. Top 11, yeah, not too bad. We're ninth place. I'm not too sure if I like the projectile skills sometimes. Or I don't know. It's hard to gauge on what you're gonna get. Yeah. Increase maximum energy shield, reduce garbage. 1,000 more % critical strike against enemies that are on full life. Wow. Okay. That's kind of cool. Maybe I'll try that out. You need to find some of these chests. Oh, ho, ho. Chests. Justices. There should be one right here. Nope. Already gotten did. Fireball. Nice. Alright, we have a skill.
I need more mana.
How's your day going, Dream? What you been up to? That's a garbage skill. Arrow. Crossbolt. Fireball is kind of garbage. What is this? Oh. Am I going the wrong way?
And I thought I'd be a dead woman by now. Life is too precious to waste.
Oh, I can't use Flame Dash. Oh, I'm so... Where are all the enemies? Ow. I keep on exploding myself. Unfortunate.
To learn is to live.
That's so. Oh. Wow. Ah! I died. I kind of want a
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I don't want to do an attack skill. Can't. We're level 4, dude. I'm not even. Oh my god. Dude, I haven't even leveled up once. That's pretty cool. Ha ha ha.
And I thought I'd be a dead woman by now.
Alright, we're gonna go with Blight, I suppose. Blight is actually pretty good. Blight's pretty good if I'm not trolling. I didn't heal there, so I definitely, you know, that was a guaranteed loss. Like, so like, the skills like Elemental Hit are kind of garbage, in my opinion. They're kind of garbage.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fight.
Alright, actually Lightning Ball should be pretty good. That wand, yeah. Leave me alone. Blight's pretty good. Okay, let's go get some levels now.
And I thought I'd be a dead woman by now.
Shock Nova, I've never seen that before. Okay. Extra mana. Light, ball lightning. Large life flask, nice.
I think this Raycraft's
Okay.
absurd.
Oh, shit. Ah, yeah. Dude, that guy was level 8. Unfortunate. So it does seem like there is... It seems like maybe level 10 is the highest that you'll ever really get. Alright, I want to try sweep as a skill. Actually, that guy already almost killed me. And I have to be using a dagger, I think, for sweep. Nope. Okay. Okay. This time we will use Ice Spear. Should definitely help.
I need more mana.
That's a new thing.
And I thought I'd be a dead woman by now. To live.
Viper Strike. I kind of want to try a Viper Strike. Large monoflask.
Clumsy me.
Wow. Yeah, I'm having fun. It's actually pretty cool. It's I guess it's a bit annoying at times, but you know, that's how these things go. Oh wait, we're going the other way. Haha, I was going the right way before. Oh. I haven't seen, oh god, this guy's decked out. No, he's just level 5. It's actually a bit difficult, you know? Whoever gets Blight to drop wins. That's what people are in the side chats are saying. Oh wow. Wow. Damn it, people are already getting all the goodies. It also, you know, goes to without saying that I literally just died because, yeah, I just died. Yo, Blight is strong. What the heck? Fight. Ah, god damn it. God damn it. Unfortunate. Frostbolt. I will take Frostbolt over anything. Ooh, you're lucky.
And I thought I'd be a dead woman by now. To learn is to live.
Ice Nova. Okay, binding.
think this ray class was
Holy shit. I'm level 7 already. Honestly, like, it's like once you ramp up, it's like so easy. I need some rings. Rings, amulet. Speaking of which. 55 DPS. Okay. Ooh, nice. Siege Ballista. Jade Amulet. Stun support. Superior stun support. Lesser multiple projectiles. That is pretty good for this build. We're gonna switch that out over here, put Frostbolt right here. There we go. Superior Divine Ire. What does Divine Ire do again? Okay, that's pretty cool. Increase air of effect. Wow. Wow. It seems like there's a, I don't know, it seems there's kind of like a weird unbalance of finding movement skills, maybe? I don't know. And then like on top of that, it's like when I do find a movement skill, I'm very low level. So no way. Special throw.
I need more mana. And I thought I'd be a dead woman by now.
Oh yeah, I should level up my skills.
To learn is to live. Everything dies.
Ooh. Okay. What are you up to, Dream? Where do we even go?
I need more mana.
Oh, I didn't get to loot that corpse that I beat up. One thing I didn't do. Shoot, are you serious? I'm not even high enough. Oh my god. I think that's a really big disadvantage, is that the higher level people obviously have killed more people, correct? Or killed more people and more monsters. So, like, they have all the XPs.
I think this ray class will serve.
Oh. You're a fucker. Yeah, and it's like, there's some of these guys who aren't even able to get a kill, you know? So it's like they can't kill, they literally can't even kill a monster. That's the crazy part. Alrighty. No way. Staff wielder extraordinaire. Boom. Gross. Literally nothing. Okay. Oh. What was that? Rolling magma. Yeah, I could deal with deal with that. True. Thank you.
And I thought I'd be a dead woman by now.
Oh yeah, level up. Superior Firestorm. What? I legit didn't even see that guy coming. Actually, I'm gonna go get some ice cream, and we'll be right back. I'm getting quite warm. Oh. Okay. Are you serious?
thought I'd be a dead woman by now.
Oh, I want to use Searing Bond.
To learn is to live. I need more mana.
Fuck off. Okay, that skill is garbage. Huh? 3, 2, 1. What? Okay. Pretty cool.
Oops, clumsy move.
Ouchie.
And I thought I'd be a dead woman by now.
Dude, I finally got a jump skill. Scourge arrow. Oh, that's pretty cool.
I need more mana.
Shit. Oh! That was fast. What she said.
I think this ray class was
Oh, yeah. I don't need any of those. Except maybe stun. I'll take stun. Fuck me. Oh, yeah! Dude, I got a good wand, and then ended up like not being able to use it. Overlash.
I need more mana. thought I'd be a dead woman by now. Oops, clumsy me.
Jeez. Ayah. Ayah! Oh my god. You're actually trolling me. Wow. Path of Fortnite. You serious? I didn't get any of those. Wow.
I need more mana. Oops, clumsy me.
Let's go for... Let's go for poison. Since we have Cobra. Huh? Do.
Learn is to live.
Fortify. Oh, dude, I need that. Ow. Oh, wow. Dude, I need gloves, boots. Actually, I really like that. Oh, point blank. Okay. We hate reach level 7. We could do that. Dude, what is this? Fuck off. Amazing. All right. All right. Guys. We may play something else here. May play something else. Me and Ice Cream right now, so yeah. I think I'm royaled out right here. Until tomorrow. Or something. I really think like this game mode can only be played for like so long until you're like, well, I think I'm good, you know? Let's see. We could try playing the new Baldur's Gate expansion. Or not even expansion. Patch number 5. Let's see. Yeah, you know what? Let's try out the Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate 3. Let's see. Alright, we'll just switch that for now.